How are you integrated now as a father, as somebody that has really aligned themselves with an incredible partner? Which I feel like we got to get into that because Christine's one of my great friends. And I feel like the way you guys show up in relationship is just so inspiring to see because both of you are really at this high edge of your, just you showing up in the way you do in the world, but then coming together as a dynamic duo. So how was that time period? And what did it take for you to kind of come out of where you were to attract a queen like Christine?
Yeah. Confidence, and the confidence was born out of those deep challenges that I experienced and the clarity that I took from those experiences and that deep dive or that continuous deep dive immersive. And I just want to be super clear on something as well. I think it's evident, but it's also important to make it maybe just a little more clear.
Yeah.
I am still a work in progress. I'm still growing. I'm still learning with every
Love that you say that.
Yeah, with every new experience. I'm just having my daughter our daughter in our lives. It has definitely brought new challenges for Christine and I in terms of intimacy, connection, communication.
And you guys are very open about talking about it. Like you guys bring it on your podcast as well.
Yeah. On her podcast. Yeah, and we're going to go deeper into that as well. And it's asking us to go deeper into our own commitment to ourselves and to each other as well, and what that looks like. Because we do have different perspectives sometimes. Thankfully and luckily, I should say, or blessed we are that. On big decisions we really agree on. There are a couple of things that we disagree on, and how we communicate that really matters because I'm already in this frustrated space because I'm working through my own personal stuff, and that can leak out sometimes onto Christine, and that's not what she needs. She doesn't need me to project my frustrations on her to make a challenging situation more challenging. And so checking that and putting the ego to sleep at times and letting it just rest for a moment.
Ooh, and it's hard to do, especially when you're running on 3 hours of sleep.
So hard to do sometimes. And it's that conversation, and it's coming back to love and not needing to be right, and the simplicity of, what would love do now? And reminding ourselves of that in the moment as well, because it's a lot. It's beautiful healing in this situation, in this experience that we're having, being a parent or being parents. And in order for that healing to transpire, it brings up that old stuff to the surface that has been hidden from us in order to work through it, in order to feel the forgiveness and to feel the freedom in that feeling. But we have to feel it. And so it's in those moments of feeling, we need to be very careful. I'll speak for myself. I need to be very mindful. I don't do any permanent damage with the things that I say or how I behave. When I say permanent damage, let me retract that.
Right.
Compounded damage that hurts, because one of my patterns is to be defensive and to be abrasive and to attack. It's a protective strategy that I learned growing up. And if I feel under pressure, it comes out reactively. And so my work is really being mindful of that and being aware of that. And I don't always get it right.
Right.
I definitely don't always get it right.
Well, and I mean, it takes that self-awareness to really say, I don't really know everything, and just that humility and the space to just kind of drop in and like admit to, okay, this is who I am and how I am. And to have a partner that's also meeting you in that way as well.
She's amazing. I mean, she's very open-minded. We repair very quickly if we have conflict. She really understands and sees my patterns, and so doesn't take it so personally. And I'm the same with her as well. I think she just does a more proficient job at it than me, if I have to be honest. But, we're able to come back, and she's amazing. She really doesn't need much. And what I mean by that is, like, if I can take ownership of my behavior and sincerely and genuinely apologize, literally that's enough for her. She just changes. She shifts the way then she opens basically to me. As simple as that. And she's amazing in that way. Whereas sometimes, not always, but sometimes for me, I need more time and space. And then other times I can open up very quickly, but that's indicative of the extreme environment, the volatility that I experience. And so I still, even in healing, I still oscillate between extremities sometimes.
Of course.
Just being mindful of that for me.
See you next time at the Brave Table.